Hey everyone. So I started 2026 by doing something wild. My first international solo trip. This wasn't planned. I was drowning in work, completely burnt out, and just hit that point where I needed to escape. Flight mode activated, and I mean that literally. So at 2 a.m., I'm frantically Googling safest places for solo female travelers, falling down Reddit rabbit holes, reading travel blogs, and after way too much research and zero sleep, I found my destination.
สวัสดีค่ะ Dear guests, now we have just landed at Chiang Mai International Airport.
So I landed early morning and went straight to a Thai cooking workshop. We made somtam, green curry, tomka, and mango sticky rice. Best part, my first meal in Chiang Mai was cooked by me, so no food safety worries. And I met a lot of different people from around the world as well. Then I checked back into my hostel, freshened up, and I crashed hard because I did not get proper sleep the previous night due to traveling and due to having layovers and having to change my flights. Finally, after 2 hours of sleep, I headed to Chiang Mai's famous Sunday night market. It was packed. Food stalls everywhere, handmade crafts, street performers, you name it, the whole vibe. So I walked all the way to Taipei Gate and I headed back with my hands full of magnets, pouches, postcards, all of my friends and family, and my belly full of pork skewers and sweet potato balls. That was my dinner, and man, it was such a vibe, honestly. And that was day one. Alright, so it's day two, and I started it at a souvenir shop near my hostel. They had jewelry made out of crystals and some postcards and art. I took a bracelet for myself and I also picked a couple of postcards. Then I grabbed a ride to Lana Artisans. It's a workshop where you make your own jewelry. I designed a ring, they shaped and sized it, 50 baht per piece, which was pretty cool. After a quick 7-Eleven lunch, I headed to Calm Village, this gorgeous art space with exhibitions, a library, cafe, a restaurant. Man, just pure calm vibes. The architecture was stunning. I could have stayed there all day. However, I wanted to explore, so I was out and about. Then I decided to walk the 2 kilometers back to my hostel. Along the way, I stumbled on Wachetlin, a small Buddhist temple with a pond full of catfish you can feed. People were feeding pigeons as well. And it was not that crowded. There were around 2 to 3 people when I entered the temple. However, I kept walking past the Chiang Mai gate, for which I do not have the video. But if you have to know, it is a historical landmark. And I found this 3 story treasure trove called Rojana. They had vintage clothes, crafts, figurines, even swords. So I grabbed a couple of cufflinks for my dad and I was out. The streets are so clean and safe. Every corner had a cafe or something interesting to look at. I got back to the hostel, showered, rested up for the final stop. And the last stop was the Mekha Canal. Music, street cats everywhere, locals hanging out, and not too crowded. So I grabbed my first convenience store onigiri from the 7-Eleven nearby the canal. It was salmon teriyaki stuffings inside, I think. It was amazing. Plus, some fresh fruits from a vendor nearby. I got some apples, some muskmelon, and what was the other thing? I think it was sour mangoes. And yeah, day two done. 13,000 steps and zero regrets, honestly. And day three has started with a checkout. So I headed to the Ankhel Reservoir at Chiang Mai University for a morning walk. This place has everything: joggers, dogs running around, students taking graduation photos, couples doing engagement photo shoots, people reading by the water, doing yoga, and best part, no one stared, no one bothered me. Everyone was just living their life. It felt so peaceful and free. So I came back, checked out, had lunch at Fun Forest Cafe right next to my hostel, and then hit up Love 70s, a vintage store literally on the other side. Scored some good finds like some scarves, dropped my bag at my new hostel, and headed straight to Bangkang Wat. It's an artist village filled with local crafts, painting, workshops, pottery studios, handmade notebooks. If you love color and creativity, this place is heaven. I wandered through every corner. On the way back, I stopped at One Niman, kind of like an upscale flea market. Got there early, so vendors were still setting up. Music playing, chill vibes, bougie neighborhood energy, honestly. So I checked into my second place, the Hours House, showered, rested up, and ready for round two. Okay, so the second half of the day started at Chiang Mai, Chalan, Prakrit Park, and the PAO Public Park. There was this massive flower show happening, rows and rows of orchids, tropical plants, these insane floral sculptures. People were taking pictures everywhere. Even I did. The parks themselves were gorgeous: open green spaces, ponds. I was just walking around, soaking it all in, and this is one of those spots where you forget you're in the city. Just nature, flowers, and good energy. And then the finale. This market was my favorite market of the entire trip. Not the prettiest, not the most touristy, but hands down the best for thrifting. I was in full shopping mode: vintage teas, handmade bags, random treasures. Ate street food between stalls, watched the chaos unfold of bargaining. This is where the locals shop, and I was here for it. Day 4. I booked a tour to Doi Internaon National Park, grabbed a 7-Eleven breakfast, and headed out to the first stop, Meklang Waterfall. Beautiful, but nothing compared to what came next. Wachiratan waterfalls. You see this rainbow? I saw three of them in different parts of the waterfall, shifting with the mist. And I just stood there, watching, listening to the water crash down. I got teary eyed. Not sad tears, just overwhelmed by how peaceful that moment felt. So after that, we grabbed a buffet lunch with this insane view, met some cool people on the tour, and even met few furry friends. Then we headed to a coffee village. I think this was the Karen community, but I'm not 100% sure. They made their living selling coffee because once upon a time it was apparently opium, but since the government banned it, they now sell coffee. So I do not drink coffee. So I was just talking to the people and I entered this handmade store and I grabbed two scarves for my dad and for my mom. Next, the Doi Internaon Summit is the highest point in Thailand. It was cold, like cold, cold, like actually cold. Walked the pathway, took it all in, then headed to the King and Queen pagodas. And wow, I know I keep saying beautiful, but these pagodas were stunning. Intricate architecture, mountain views, pure atmosphere. I was there for everything. Final stop, the Thai Mong community market. I picked up some dried mangoes and a bag of no black sticky rice. It was the perfect souvenirs. So I got dropped back to the hostel, showered, rested, but then I had this urge to go back to the Phanom market that I went the previous day. So I went, found a jacket, grabbed a couple of cute shirts, did laundry at a nearby spot, then hit up 7-Eleven for snacks to bring home. And day 4 was done just like that. Last day, flight at 5:50 p.m., but I wasn't wasting a single moment. Headed to Jinjai market for breakfast, walked around one last time, soaking it all in: the colors, the sounds, the energy. Came back to the hostel, checked out, and ended the trip the right way: a 2-hour massage session. This trip gave me something I didn't know I needed: an emotional reset, a physical break, a space to just breathe and take it all in. I know I'll look back on these 5 days for months, maybe years. Yeah, Chiang Mai, I'm coming back because you still have my heart, man.